Welcome back to the Give and Go. I'm your coach Reynoso here with my boy
Soltero. What's up, y'all?
New York Reynoso, or maybe it's post Chivas coming back against Tigres Reynoso. Either way, this weekend recap is presented by our great friends at Michelob Ultra. Folks, welcome back. It's the weekend recap, and we got some big results to talk about. Liga MX, Premier League, El Clasico was today. Barca winning La Liga.
Yeah.
Let's go over Liga MX because what we just saw was probably one of the best games, one of the best series in football. I don't know if it's between America Pumas or Bayern PSG for best series we saw this year. Although, with their controversies, Pumas defeats America to go through to the semifinal 6-6 on aggregate.
The sound of that dink on Henry Martin's missed penalty was music to my ears because that was not a foul.
Bro, what are we talking about?
Asuaje didn't touch anybody. The foot was a little high, but the head was a little low for sure. Referee just completely gets possessed by the moment. He's thinking about all of the past instances where America go through and he just defaults penalty. It was a terrible decision. VAR doesn't come in whatsoever to help out. It's clearly no contact though. I don't know what happened. America get the benefit of the doubt, I guess. Martin steps up and he misses it. Navas doesn't touch it. He does maybe get in Martin's head a little bit because he does go the right way. Martin hits the post. America do not go through. All they needed, though, was that goal. That was the dagger that would have completely thrown Pumas out of the playoffs. But instead, it's Pumas. They hold on, bro. 6-6 on aggregate going through as the higher seed.
Crazy that 6 goals are needed to end up going through from Pumas' perspective, man. Crazy. The coach himself pointing up to the gods after that missed penalty, because I think that really represents what this series ultimately comes down to. You need that luck from the footballing gods to go through in Liga MX. Sometimes when things aren't going your way, when the opponent is just playing up to a different level, goals are going in, and it's 3-2, it's 3-1, they're coming back. Sometimes you just need a little bit of that Liga MX gods to come through and save you. They did that for Pumas, especially given that, yes, I agree, the penalty call was atrocious. It's never a penalty in my book. And then Martin, man, you miss a golden opportunity. I think he needs to get a lot of criticism thrown his way. You gotta nail that in. That's the opportunity. If you're America to get a massive 1-8 upset, that's it right there. Yeah. He misses it, bro.
Yeah, and the apertura is the same goal that Chicharito missed on.
Whoa.
Yeah, the same goal, same big-time Mexican player. Pretty crazy. Just 6 months apart. And ended up being decisive for both teams not going through. Pretty crazy.
Next, man?
Yeah,
who's next, bro? Who's it coming for next?
It's scary.
Time?
It's gonna be scary. But for Pumas, you're right. They needed 6-6 on aggregate to go through as super leaders. For me, they bordered on bottled here. They bordered way too close. Yes, you need the luck of the gods, whatever you want to call it, but I don't know, man. First off, you got to stop with these penalties. Like, they conceded 4 penalties. They conceded 4 penalties over these 2 matches. A lot of them were unlucky, right? The one that was converted today was just a handball, but it's just like none of that. If you want to win this title truly, hands behind your back every single time. Don't give the referee any sort of room to make a decision against you. You can't do that. I also look at the defense, for example, Nathan Silva and Duarte. They were so good in the regular season, but all of a sudden, in both legs against America, they look completely broken against diagonal crosses into the box. America were so deadly with their headers, and I think Pumas truly are kind of succumbing to the pressure of being super leaders. Their defense looks so nervous, nothing like the confidence that they showed throughout the regular season. And while I think their midfield and offense is still clicking for sure, right? Vite and Carrillo, I think, were fantastic in both legs. Juninho and Morales were very, very active up front. I don't know if I trust this defense. Okay. I don't know if they have the right mindset or truly just the confidence mentally to actually lift a Liga MX title.
That's a great point. It's a very fair perspective.
Mr.
If I'm a Pumas fan,
Mr. Pumas speaking right now.
If I'm a Pumas fan, I don't like hearing that. Yeah, I don't like hearing that because
It's not good,
it's
man.
a cause for concern going into very pressure high moments, very pressure high situations in the semifinals and finals. But what if the opposite perspective is that this is the performance, this is the adversity they had to go through to then tap into that championship winning formula that we'll see in the semifinals and final, because they've been doing it all season. They've been in tight contests all year long, and they somehow either tie or win them. They did it this time, tying twice against America. And look, America, even if they're not their best, even if this isn't the best America of the past 5 years, it's still Club America, bro. Arguably the biggest club in Mexico. To take down that badge, to take down that club, it takes a lot of work, man. You got to put in that extra effort, even if they're not at their best talent-wise. Pumas did it, man. Pumas beat America.
Barely.
They got over the hurdle as a 1 seed. They got over the hurdle. All right, Detroit Pistons. Detroit Pistons beat the Orlando Magic as a 1. Okay. What if this is the result that wakes them up and like, all right, let's tighten those loose screws at back. Let's get better performances amongst our back line. The midfield steps up. Offensively, it was there the entire series, but let's fix those things out back so that we can secure things and look to be more sturdy as the semifinal looms. Why can't that be a perspective for a Pumas fan?
Because they play Pachuca next, bro. And Pachuca might have the most fluid offense currently in Liga MX playoffs. But just going back to Pumas, though, I think the way that they let America back in both games also just doesn't sit with me right. 3-1 lead in the first leg, ends 3-3.
Yeah.
3-0 lead at home in the second leg. America come all the way back, essentially.
Okay.
And so, for me, it's just not a good look. Pumas were in the driving seat, complete control in both matches, and come the end of the 90 minutes, Pumas were hanging on for their dear lives.
Yeah.
It's just not a good look, and I honestly think the pressure's just going to get worse for Pumas. I actually see the opposite. I see what you're saying, and there is room for them to tighten those screws, as you say, but I think the opposite's going to happen. I think Pumas is going to remain jittery. I think they're going to remain shaky at back, and a better team's going to take advantage of that shakiness.
Better team might take advantage of that. I defended the Pumas perspective, but I've been a secret agent as a Chivas fan, my friend. All right, I'm not here for Pumas, bro, and I'm loving what I'm hearing because I do think this Pumas team will get exposed by either Pachuca or if they make it to the final and they see my beautiful El Rebaño Sagrado who survives, who ends the curse that Tigres has put on us, who finally welcomes this Tigres side into the Estadio Akron and smacks them up 2-0. We get the victory. Santi Sandoval stepping up with the brace and beautiful header to make it 2-0. One of the most amazing atmospheres I've seen at the Akron.
Yeah.
Chivas actually do it. They actually do it despite being down 3-1 after losing at El Universitario in Monterrey and really feeling like we didn't have a chance given that we lost a lot of our players to that Mexico International World Cup camp. Here we are with our youngsters, relying on our young players to step up and see it actually come to fruition. This was a national holiday for Chivas fans all across the world. I had so many DMs, so many texts. My phone lit up the moment Sandoval scored that second goal because I just don't think a lot of us thought that it was actually possible to come back against this Tigres side who does play very well in Liguilla matches. I think a lot of people just didn't see it happening without Hormiga, without Alvarado, for example. We did it. Sandoval does it. That energy, the fans, Chivas goes through to the semifinal.
I can't believe it, man. Like truly, this one, I said going into this, I'd be absolutely shell-shocked if Tigres didn't go through, and here I sit, Chivas going through 3-3 on aggregate as a higher seed. But what really stood out in this second leg was how much Tigres got shut out by Chivas in this game. Tigres essentially didn't show up. That's how much control Chivas had throughout the entire match. I think Tigres had like one decent chance, and that was it. And I'm talking about a Tigres team that has Angel Correa, Juan Bruneta in the form of his career right now, and good supporting cast players in Marcelo Flores and Diego Lainez. You still have Gignac on the bench as well. And Tigres generated nothing in this game. Really surprised me. I know Chivas are a possession-oriented team now, but they went above and beyond in their domination of this game. 70% possession. Tigres kind of just assumed the fetal position the entire game, and they gave up, bro. That's what really shocked me about this is, I don't know, like, where Tigres just tired from CONCACAF Champions Cup or something. But either way, full credit to Chivas because, dude, they dominated Tigres.
Yeah.
It was complete domination. And if the starters had been there, Hormiga, Alvarado, dude, Chivas would have scored 5 on this team.
I would love to know. In the comments, let me know down below. I agree with everything you just said. I'm struggling to really understand what this means. What does this result mean for Chivas? Does this mean we're winning Liga MX? Does this mean that we can suddenly take it to whoever we face off against in the semifinal? Is it Cruz Azul?
Cruz Azul.
Are we favorites now because of this? Like, what actually changes? Because I still feel like my perspective is somewhat the same, man. We're limited. We don't have our best options. We're missing so many of our starting 11. I'm so happy that we got this result, but does anything change in terms of what we thought about this Chivas side prior to Liguilla versus where they are now? I mean, we're in the Final Four, so you got to believe that anything's possible.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I'm excited, but at the same time, I'm like trying not to be too excited about potentially being Liga MX champions despite getting one step closer.
I mean, the good news is Cruz Azul are also kind of struggling themselves. They're not playing their best football that they've played over the last 3 seasons. They're also missing Eric Lira, for example. So a big player in that midfield gone for Cruz Azul. So I think you could look at this matchup and think Chivas could go through. If you can beat a fully healthy built Tigres, you can definitely beat this Cruz Azul side, especially since you're the home team. You can go through and a draw. You're the higher position team. So I have more hope in Chivas, but I'm with you, though. I still don't see this team winning the title due to the lack of starters missing.
But yeah, you said the word there, hope. Maybe hope has increased.
I think hope has increased.
Hope has increased.
Because this is great proof that, okay, this B team actually can play together and the chemistry is still there that the A team had.
Yeah. I think I don't know. I'm trying not to get too excited because I don't want to get my hopes up too high and get invested, right? I detached a lot of emotions going into Liga with what happened, and I kind of separated myself from the team. But then they do this, man, in front of our fans, in front of that crowd, the youngsters scoring. I just can't help but feel like I got to give them everything, not just because I have to, but because they need it. They need Reynoso on a full 10 to 10, man, 100%. So I got to give them everything. I got to see that Cruz Azul matchup as a team that we got to wipe away, man. Bring out the broomsticks. We got to sweep this team, bro. We got to cook them, even if we don't have our best squad. And also, what does it mean if Chivas wins that matchup, wins Liga MX with this roster? What does that mean?
It means Mexico's going to the semifinals of the World Cup, bro. That's what that means. I think it's the spiritual thing. If Chivas win this whole league, bro, basically proving that not even the best Mexicans are needed for them to lift the title. And imagine if you had the best Mexicans all collected on one team. What could they achieve? I think great things. So honestly, spiritually, I'm rooting for Chivas.
Cruz Azul defeats Atlas 1-0 at home. It was a beautiful Paradela finish in the box to give them the victory. 4-2 on aggregate. Atlas's limited offense showcasing itself in this game. They weren't able to get through on goal. They weren't able to get that finish. Cruz Azul, honestly, taking care of business is how I see this one. Like, they were the higher seed. They were the better team. I did expect a good effort from Atlas. We saw that at home. But the moment they conceded that late third goal, I felt like that was the opportunity that they ultimately let slip away. Cruz Azul locked in and got the result at home.
Yeah, and it would have taken so much for Atlas to come back. 2 goals at that time Cruz Azul scored. Atlas would have needed 3. There's just absolutely no chance for them. They put up a great fight, though. Personally, just better than I thought they were going to over both legs. So good for Atlas. I think they overachieved this season considering the team that they have. So again, just credit to what they've been able to do. Cruz Azul took care of business. I never really questioned them in this matchup. They did really well in this match here, but I kind of mentioned it before. I still do see this Cruz Azul team as, 7 out of 10. Not the 9 or 10 out of 10 that we've been accustomed to seeing over the last 2 seasons. I don't think this team is in full flow. They still play the same type of football. It's possession-based, which I think is going to be interesting to see them play against Chivas, who also like to have the ball. So that's going to be a really fun matchup tactically. But I think Cruz Azul should feel good that, you're playing against a B team Chivas. You took care of business against Atlas. It's going to be a hell of a matchup.
Yeah, I was asking myself after watching these games, and this isn't hate, Cruz Azul fans, but I asked myself, did I learn anything from this matchup about Cruz Azul? I don't think I did.
No.
This is pretty predictable.
You show up, you Cruz Azul, you beat Atlas every time.
Yeah.
This Atlas, you do.
It's either a compliment or also a sign of maybe their limitations, or I don't see this crazy ceiling for Cruz Azul. I'm pretty aligned with you on your Cruz Azul thoughts. I think the next round will be the biggest test for Cruz Azul. That's where we will really see. That's where they struggled so much is in that semifinal matchup.
Yeah, and the thing is, I think with Chivas on this kind of momentum type of energy with their big win against Tigres, I honestly think Cruz Azul are going to get hit. I really do think they're going to get hit, which does get me excited for Chivas. Just as a neutral fan, even though it's a B team, I do think this tie is going to be close. I think it's going to be very, very tight.
Last matchup is Pachuca going up against Toluca, the defending champions. They got taken down. They got taken down fully. It was a full knockout. Pachuca winning 2-0 today to make it 3-0 on aggregate, shutting down the Toluca offense over 180 minutes. Such an impressive result. Valencia and Kennedy with goals today. Valencia scoring a banger in that first match. This team is on another level right now. Pachuca working with what they've done in the regular season and improving upon it. I think they look great now. They've reached their peak in Liga, and they're one of those teams where we talk about Liga being so momentum-based. Chivas going through it right now. I think second highest team with most momentum is Pachuca, what they're doing right now. They're looking like they're peaking at just the right time. Will it be enough to win Liga MX? They got to be thinking it might be, because they're in a semifinal matchup now against a Pumas team who scrapped against America. Pachuca, man, riding high.
Riding really high. You got to be feeling very good if you're Pachuca. You just took down the reigning champions of Liga MX in Toluca. But also, you just look at the other teams that are above them. Chivas have a B team, right? That you can manage that if you are Pachuca, if you end up facing them. Cruz Azul are not playing their best football. You can manage that if you end up playing them in a final. But you look at the team ahead of them, Pumas are just coming off of conceding 6 goals against an America side. So you got to feel really confident if you're Pachuca that you can score a lot of goals against your upcoming opponent in Pumas. And shutting out Toluca, although it's not the best Toluca side right now, still a very, very good feat that Pachuca just completed. You look at their defenders, Barreto and Bowerman, they've been very good. I'd say this last entire month, as you said, peaking right now in Liga. So if the defense is as solid as it is right now and their offense is just firing on all cylinders, I think Pachuca have a very good chance to upset the number 1 seed.
I like this Pachuca team because of the individual players that they have on their team. You got Elias Montiel, 20 years old. He's been constantly in the radar for the national team as potentially as that Ovbed Vargas type of prototype, maybe Gilberto Mora, just part of that exciting midfield that we have coming through the ranks. You got Kennedy, Idrisi, and Valencia. You've had the resurgence of Victor Guzman this season. I remember his days with Chivas, and then I kind of stopped seeing him.
Yeah.
And I've seen him a lot on the ball this year. Carlos Sanchez, the right back, been playing great, had a great game today. I wanted to ask, and this is for any Pachuca fans out there as well as yourself, who's the number 1 player to watch if you're Pumas? Who are you most worried about in a semifinal matchup? Who's their most dangerous player? Is it a guy like Ener Valencia who got 2 goals in this tie against Toluca? Or are you looking like at Elias Montiel and how he's pulling the strings behind the scenes? Is it the defenders? Who is their most dangerous player?
I actually think it is Ener Valencia. You look at how they just performed against America, and Duarte and Nathan Silva really struggled with good striker play in Salas and Martin when you come on in the second half. Valencia is going to be no different. He's not going to be any easier. Although it's old man Valencia, he still has the athleticism of mid-20-year-olds. It's ridiculous how fit Valencia is. He's going to be constantly running, constantly bullying in the box. And even if Valencia doesn't end up scoring, they still have to focus on him so much. He's just going to create so much space for deadlier players in front of goals, such as Kennedy and Idrissi. So I think Valencia is the guy to watch for if you're Pumas' center backs. He's going to be a handful. Even if you do cover him, Pachuca have so much more offensively that I don't see Pumas holding this offense.
Damn, this Pachuca team looking incredible. Let's get right into it. Liga MX semifinal predictions. Let's just lock them in. We got Chivas going up against Cruz Azul. Chivas has the higher seed, so they'll be hosting that return leg. And then you got Pachuca versus Pumas. Pumas, the number 1 seed, hosting the second leg. Let's start with Chivas.
Yeah.
I hinted at it. I hinted in the hope and the belief that even though we might not have our strongest squad, I think Cruz Azul has shown enough signs of weakness that an exciting Chivas can surprise them. And so I'm going Chivas wins that matchup, despite me saying that I do think Cruz Azul is just slight favorite in this matchup going into it.
I like that. I think Cruz Azul are slight favorites too, but I'm with you. I'm done doubting this team. I'm going full hope. I'm going full faith, full belief.
I got to.
Chivas are going through, and I think it does help them a lot that they're the higher seed. They can get through with a draw. That might be the case for them to go to the final.
Cruz Azul doesn't win this matchup.
Yeah.
This might be one of the worst ones, man.
Yeah.
That they lost in recent memory.
Yeah, because they've had good off-season signings, getting Paradela, Palavecino. Even Ebere has actually come up big for them in Liguilla right now. They really have no excuse to not go to the final, considering how even the playing field is right now in playoffs.
Number 1 seed Pumas going up against Pachuca. I think it's going to be a great, fantastic series. It'll test Pumas. We'll get the real answer of this Pumas team. Or it'll also prove that Pachuca is just on an insane high right now. One so high that it could see them in the final.
Yeah, this is going to be super exciting. I mean, I think we're just going to get goals. It's going to be goals galore in this matchup. It's going to be so entertaining. I don't care who wins, to be honest. I just know it's going to be a banger semifinals. Pumas have the better midfield, just straight up. I think they'll be able to take advantage of that. And I would say their offense is honestly on par with Pachuca's. At the end of the day, Juninho and Robert Morales are very, very good. So I think we'll get goals on either side. The question is, who has the better defense right now? I think it's Pachuca. I think Pachuca in general are in better form all around as an 11. So I'm backing that slight edge, and I think Pachuca are going to go through.
Man, hell of a call, especially as the underdog. But that would make a lot of sense with the performances that we saw in the quarterfinals. I just have to think that in the semifinal, Pumas fixes all the issues we saw in that quarterfinal matchup against America. They tighten the screws, they tighten those gaps, and we see better performances, especially amongst that defensive line. I just have to believe that they'll show why they were a 1 seed going into this tournament, and they're going to take care of a Pachuca team that is on an insane high right now, but does have their limitations. There is a reason why they were 4th, 5th seed. Pumas will expose that, and they will win this matchup, giving them the confidence needed to feel like favorites going into the final. This is going to be a statement win from Pumas.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Interestingly enough, though, just fun little stat, no upsets in the quarterfinals. No upsets, so I wonder if that ends up being the same thing in semis.
Oh, okay. Folks, let us know down below your predictions for the semifinal. Who do you have winning? Who do you have losing? Comment down below. Let's move on to the best rivalry in football. Although maybe this time it wasn't the highest stakes. It is still drama-filled. It is still full of history and pride. And that is El Clasico, with Barcelona defeating Real Madrid 2-0 today at home. And for what I believe to be, I mean, is this true? The first time that Barca cements the La Liga title in El Clasico?
That makes sense.
Like it's never happened before.
It's rare that it's in May. It's usually about April or late March. So that actually makes sense that it's probably the first time because this is late into the season.
Yeah, and just the timing. They could have done it against Getafe. They could have done it against Elche. But this time it came against Real Madrid. They win. They are announced champions. Like this past month has been a Real Madrid fan's nightmare. And we haven't even touched on that. But to cap it off with an El Clasico loss 2-0 where Barcelona was the favorite and destined to win this matchup the entire time, it just got to feel like Real Madrid is ready for next season to start and honestly for a break from all those players. Barcelona cooks though. Marcus Rashford with one of the best free kick goals that we've seen all season long. And then Ferran Torres making the case for why he should start for Spain. A beautiful control in the box and finish to make it 2-0. Barca controls the result the entire way through, and they see themselves as winners of this matchup, but also winners of La Liga.
Yeah, it was a party. Catalan party in the first 20 minutes. And how about that assist, though, to Ferran Torres from Dani Olmo? Ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
Ridiculous back flick to Torres, who took it well after that. But yeah, the match was pretty much over after that. Madrid created a couple of chances, as they do, but it just wasn't meant to be for them in Barcelona. Barcelona crowned champions. Rashford getting a free kick. The first free kick goal in an El Clasico match since Messi 2012.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's been that long since a free kick has been scored in this matchup. And what a way.
Yeah, what a way to follow it up.
Banger. The scenes after, man. It felt like the game was done after that goal went in, honestly.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous noise from the Camp Nou. But nothing new we learned here. We knew Barcelona were going to lift the trophy. They were La Liga champions basically a month ago. And for Madrid, with the spats midweek amongst the players, the fights in the locker room, the fans wanting Mbappe out this summer, this is just getting worse and worse for Real Madrid.
Let's kind of walk through some bullet points here. Vinny, midway through the game, reminds fans how many Champions Leagues Real Madrid has won. Did the 1-5 sign. What are your thoughts on that?
No, you got to, man. You got to have some pride, man. You're in enemy territory. You got to say something.
Okay.
You can't just take that loss.
Okay, next bullet point. Hansi Flick, one of 4 Barcelona coaches to win the title in back-to-back years, in which he started coaching the club, like just straight off the bat. Only one of 4 Barca coaches to do that.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive.
Very impressive. I think Flick truly has mastered La Liga. I think if he just keeps playing like this, the way Barcelona play, it works in Spain. It actually works incredibly well. I just question it at the European level.
That's crazy how 2 years of us doing weekend recaps, Champions League, like that is what it is, man. That's the takeaway with his high line drama and everything that comes with it. That is the ultimate takeaway after 2 years of results. It's incredible in Spain.
It's incredible.
Limited in Europe. Lamine Yamal wins his 3rd La Liga title, surpassing Cristiano Ronaldo, who won 2 league titles during his time at Real Madrid.
Right.
Lamine Yamal's 18. Okay.
Lamine Yamal's 18, man. I can't wait to see him in Spain this summer. That's all I'm thinking about.
Olivia Rodrigo. Attending the game.
They did a little collab with Barcelona.
Yeah, there's a picture of her prior to the game throwing up a peace sign, and people saying that she called the result of the game 2-0.
Okay.
Olivia Rodrigo. Barca fans, tell me how you're feeling. This is one of the best moments of the season for you guys. 100% winning La Liga. They were outright the best team. Atletico fell short, fell out of the race early on, and then Real Madrid stayed there for a minute, but last month, I think it became clear that Barca was destined to win this trophy. They were the best team in Spain when it came to league results. So congratulations to Barcelona fans and to Barcelona themselves. Incredible to see. And I think it's title, I think I saw number 29 for them.
Yeah.
Is that right?
I think so.
Doesn't that sound kind of low? 29? 29 league titles for Barcelona.
And 30 Madrid.
Like...
That's like no, I think that's right. I think Madrid have like 45.
Damn,
something like that, right?
Really?
I think so.
It's that big?
Didn't they just like win for 20 years straight back in the 50s or something? I'm pretty sure that happened.
It's for sure 29 for Barcelona.
Let's see,
and for Real Madrid,
close to 50. Bro.
You're going 50?
I think so.
Real Madrid, it's 36.
36.
That just doesn't sound right to me, man.
So that's only 60 seasons. So
basically,
30 seasons because it started in the late 20s.
Right.
How many does?
What's the one?
Who else has won, man?
Who would be
that's actually really interesting.
Atleti.
Atleti won a couple.
Atleti has 11.
Yeah.
Who would be the 4th highest winning team?
Let's see. I know Athletic Bilbao won like a couple like in the 20s. I think.
Bilbao is the 4th highest winning La Liga team, having secured 8.
There you go.
Guess it just doesn't kind of add up to me, man.
Yeah, math.
Yeah, it's weird, man. All right, well, Barca wins La Liga. Congratulations. Comment down below your reaction. Let's move on to the Premier League, which has not been decided, and today took a big step towards signaling who might end up lifting the prestigious Premier League trophy. Arsenal fans, you can breathe. You can breathe. What a game. What a performance. And what a save by David Raya himself. Some are saying that he saved Arsenal's title hopes with an incredible stop on Fernandes' shot in the box late in the game. Arsenal scores in response. Trossard coming through for this team once again. He's been great this entire season. 82nd minute goal to give Arsenal the 1-0 victory against West Ham. Controversy in the final moments as Callum Wilson scores, but in my opinion, a clear foul on the goalkeeper by 2 of West Ham's players. So Arsenal gets the 3 points, they get the result, and they continue holding that gap over Manchester City with 2 games left in the season.
That's the thing. The last 15 minutes of this match were absolute chaos, right? That Fernandes chance you already mentioned. Free on goal, brilliant passing. He takes it so well. He gets greedy and he takes one extra touch to try and get the perfect shot. Raya at that point is completely closed down the space. Fernandes tries to go near post. Raya with his classic stuck out leg makes the block, saving Arsenal in that moment. Then you had a really beautiful play with Arsenal. Martin Odegaard just having the ball stuck to his foot in the box, finds Trossard. Trossard puts it home, slight deflection off Souček. Arsenal get the goal that they needed with 10 minutes remaining in the controversy at the end. It really did, at least in real time, look like a clean goal for West Ham. And for like a good 5 minutes, I really thought the race was back on and Manchester City were completely back. But you look at the replays, all right? You look at all of it in slow motion, whatever you want to see. You look at the stills. Raya got mugged in that box. So there's 2 West Ham players just with their hands all over Raya. It's definitely a foul. Arsenal deserved winners.
I think no question about it, man. You got to call it how it is. That is a foul, and thank God for VAR, man. That would be insane if that goal went through. I just think that'd be crazy. It's a clear foul. Yeah. Arsenal wins the game. I really like this stat right here. Arsenal haven't conceded a goal from open play in 5 games since the defeat to Manchester City. So when you're talking about a margin of inches, tight margins when you're in a tight title race against specifically Manchester City, Arsenal has been inch perfect defensively since that loss. They've responded well.
And another crazy stat, so in today's game, right, Trossard gets the goal in the 83rd minute. Arsenal have not scored a goal in the second half in the Premier League since mid-March.
Oh my God.
It's been almost 2 months since they scored a goal in the second half.
God.
Yeah, and it wasn't looking good in this match, but they got it. And I think it just adds to that inches that you're talking about. Arsenal have had to be perfect in some way. Last 5 matches has been defensively. They have been perfect. And today, they had to do something they hadn't done in 2 months, and that was score a goal in the second half. They needed to do it, and they did do it. That's why I've always believed in Arsenal, bro. I've always believed.
It's interesting, man, because I think about the past 6 Premier League winners, Liverpool, Manchester City. Each one of those had signatures to them. Usually it was their offense or even their midfield or the way they were coached. Klopp, Arteta, Guardiola ball, just very, very easy things to identify. But the more I see results like this, where the defense comes through and stats like this, I'm curious how this Arsenal team will be remembered if they win the title. I know for me, I'll remember them for their defense.
Yeah.
And it's rare to hear of a team like that in the modern era of football, especially in the Premier League. People talk about that Chelsea side in the 2000s. I think it was 2005 under Jose Mourinho that I think broke a record. Only conceded 15 goals in an entire season. That was the representation, the poster team for a great defensive side. I think this Arsenal team should be up there with them because at the end of the day, I think their defense has been drastically more consistent than their offense. They are not an offense-heavy team, despite us thinking that early on in the season. Their identity shifted. It put reliance on that defense. Every game I watch, there's always one highlight where Gabriel or Saliba are blocking an opponent's shot in the box and saving their team. David Raya has been the goalkeeper of the season across all of Europe, in my opinion. They're just showing it time and time again. It's their defense that defines this team. We should give that credit. Stop hating on it because it's going to win them a Premier League title against historic clubs like Manchester City, Liverpool, and all these teams. They're going to pull it off because of their defense.
Yeah. No, yeah. That was really well said. I completely agree. I hadn't thought about that. How do I think of this Arsenal team? How do I remember this team? It's definitely what you just described. They're a defense-first team. You even look at their midfield. Declan Rice, Zubimendi have probably been the two best midfield pair in the Premier League this season. But I do see them as defensive type of midfielders more than anything else. They're really good at ball distribution, but their focus is so heavy on possession that their traits are defensive. They don't let the opponent have the ball. That's what's more important. It's not necessarily that Rice can, thread the needle and break defenses, or that Zubimendi has tight control and he can break defenses as well. It's not really about that when it comes to Arsenal. It's holding the ball, controlling the midfield, not letting your opponent have any inch of space in your defensive third. That's what Arsenal are really, really excel at. And then you add in that back line with Gabriel, Saliba, and then supporting cast players like Hincapié, Mosquera, David Raya. This is one of the best defenses I think we've seen in the Premier League for quite some time.
Arsenal fans, let me know how you're feeling about your team. This is probably one of the most dramatic results I've seen from Arsenal this year. I was nervous just watching it, and West Ham gave them a run for their money, but Arsenal came through. Meanwhile, Manchester City beat Brentford 3-0 at the weekend, so they'll be chasing Arsenal and just waiting for that one mistake. 2 games left.
Maybe. We don't know.
Just one game. You need one game to go your way.
Who knows what's going to happen this week? I mean, if West Ham were able to go 80 minutes, right? Like, there's always a chance. But same thing with Manchester City, right? Like, did anybody really expect them to draw 3-3 against Everton? Probably not. So anything can still happen.
It's now time for Taking Care of the Ball, presented by Dove Men Plus Care. Dove Men is an official sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 2026. Care for your skin like you care for the game. Soltero, who took care of the ball and controlled play in your eyes this week?
It has to be David Raya. Probably coming up with the biggest save of Arsenal's season against Mateus Fernandes. Closing the space perfectly, sticking out his leg in classic Raya fashion. He completes a clean sheet for Arsenal in a match where Arsenal had to get 3 points with Manchester City trailing them. David Raya will then get big in the box later on, taking hits, draws a foul, therefore not letting West Ham get that equalizing goal. David Raya really taking care of the ball.
Goalkeeper this season for me, man. He's been incredible all year round, but that save specifically, I think, saved Arsenal's season. That is our selection. What a performance. What a match. David Raya, you're the man.
So we're in the month of May now. It's cup season. A lot of finals coming our way. I want to start with Europa League final. Aston Villa.
What happened to Nottingham, man? What happened to all that Nottingham praise you had?
Oh my God, they got
Villa,
killed.
bro.
They got killed.
They were gonna take care of business, man.
Gibbs was cut up, man. He couldn't even see.
Bad. But come on, that's a top 5 Prem side against a bottom 5 Prem side.
Yeah. Against Freiburg.
Wow.
Yeah, honestly, pretty crazy. I love this matchup, and this is Freiburg's first ever European final.
Yeah, history.
It's crazy to say that Freiburg are in a European final. You look at Villa; they won a European Cup back in 1982. Villa's last big trophy was back in 1996 when they won the League Cup. So it's been 30 years since Villa's won anything. Freiburg have never won anything. Well, I think they did win a second division, but they've never won any big trophies. So this is huge, I think, for both teams. And I kind of want to remind you, this is why the Europa League exists, bro. And I want to remind everybody else who has criticisms towards Europa League and Conference League, because in the Conference League as well, Rayo Vallecano.
For sure.
In the final, their first big European final, the same as Freiburg. They've never won any major trophy in their history.
For sure.
And they have a chance to win a major European title. They're playing against another Premier League side, Crystal Palace, who just won their first major trophy last year in the FA Cup. They're going for their second major title back-to-back seasons. Brilliant for Palace.
No, 100%. Freiburg honestly been working towards this. They've been in the top 5, top 7 of the Bundesliga for like the past 5 years, getting some good players, some good talent. It actually makes sense. Europa League, I respect that. I'm cool with that. I have no problem there. Saying Rayo Vallecano is in a major European final, I have a word with the problem, major. That's all. You can say European final. Don't say major, bro. That sounds crazy.
It does.
But good for Rayo Vallecano. They also have been working towards that. Like the staff, everybody, they've been putting in the work. They deserve it. My boy, Palazón. Love that guy. And I mean, I think he's going to cook. I want to see the matchup. I think could be there. The chances for Rayo Vallecano to shine. And if they do, be incredible. I'm still going to go Aston Villa defeats Freiburg. Just, right. I got to be objective.
Right.
But the story for Freiburg would be amazing. While on the other hand, I'll be rooting for Rayo Vallecano. I just like them more.
Yeah, absolutely. And you look at all 3 European finals, the Champions League, Europa League, and Conference League, all of them have a Premier League side, which is something that we expected going into the season. We basically put the pressure on the Premier League. Like, look, if you're spending $1 billion in the offseason as a league, you should see that come to fruition at the end of the season, and that is happening. What is interesting is this has happened somewhat recently. Serie A had finalists in all 3 titles. That year, you were actually very vocal about it. All 3 of them lost.
All 3, baby. All 3. Very proud about that.
I'm very, very curious to see if the Premier League's real. If the Premier League's real, we should see almost the opposite effect. Almost.
Yeah, we should. And I'm more interested to see Champions League spots acquired. Because if Villa wins it, then that means they'll get a Champions League spot by default. Does that mean we then get 7 Premier League teams in the Champions League? What happens?
No, I think it's capped at 5, but what that would mean is the 6th place in Premier League goes to Champions League.
6th place. Something would happen where another team would get added.
Yeah, I think.
And then I don't think Conference League does that, but still, I think I've said it before. I agree. The pressure is there for Premier League teams, and not just that. It would be a disappointment. It would be a shame if Prems don't win those tournaments. They have to. Any team that defeats them, like if Freiburg does it, then that is truly historic. That is something worth respecting in my eyes. So I'll be rooting for Freiburg. I just think if I had to put my money on it, I got to go Villa.
And just to go back to the Americas, I do want to mention it. CONCACAF Champions Cup Finals is set. It's an all Liga MX affair. Tigres against Toluca. What I love about this, though, is both Tigres and Toluca in the round of 16 quarterfinals and semifinals, both of them only played MLS teams. So in the road to the final, Liga MX just took MLS team after MLS team down. And the end result, Liga MX against Liga MX. I love it. I really do think Toluca have been playing some of the best football in the Americas over the last 2 years. I think they deserve to be in this final. And you just also look at the rest of Liga MX, Cruz Azul specifically over the last couple of seasons. I do think Liga MX is playing the better football, period, in CONCACAF. So I think the fact that we see the fact that both teams are from Mexico, I just think it makes sense.
I just think, and I'm a Liga MX homer in these situations, I think this year I found myself more disappointed in MLS than in years past. Because I thought the candidates were there to make a run. Inter Miami, coming off of their MLS victory, I thought were well set up to finally make the run. They disappoint early on. Who they lose to? Nashville. So I'm looking at Nashville. Okay, Nashville, cook it up. Let's see. You're the team to do it. They fall short. LAFC, Heung-min Son acquired. This is their chance to do it as well. They fall short against Toluca. I don't know, man. I thought the ingredients were there for MLS to at least have the chance to be like, oh, this is the year we're gonna do it. Yeah. And once again, Liga MX shows why there's a gap there, especially when you got to go to Mexico and play those games. It always tricks these MLS sides. Toluca and Tigres haven't been the best teams in Liga MX, and yet here they are facing off against each other in the Champions Cup. I think it was all there for MLS, and MLS disappointed. And this time, I think it was worse than in years past, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's a great observation because I agree. I think a lot of MLS teams really disappointed. For me, it's what was really apparent in the runs this year is the midfields, man. MLS midfields just are not dynamic. They're not fun to watch when you compare them to their Liga MX counterparts. And I think it's just that is the difference. MLS teams right now really put a lot of money in their offenses, and it does show, and I think that's why they're able to keep some games tight against Liga MX teams. But you look at Liga MX teams, there's flair in all sectors of the pitch, and I think that really shows itself over 2 legs. I think MLS needs to start investing in better players in different regions, because also you look at MLS the last couple seasons, the defense is such a big weakness. There's just too much reliance on only getting offensive players, and I think when you play against well-balanced teams like in Mexico, you get completely exposed.
So who are you going with?
Yeah, this is interesting because both teams out of Liga. So I think they'll have 3 full weeks to prepare. If you think both teams will be completely fresh, but still consider Toluca won't have Alexis Vega or Gallardo due to international duty, I'm going Tigres. But it's 1 leg, and it's at the Nemesio 10. So Toluca have the home advantage. I'm going Tigres. I think Tigres are going to figure it out. I think they're putting other eggs in this basket. So is Toluca. I do understand that, but I think Tigres just have a little bit more to give right now. Whereas I see Toluca, not just in Liguilla, but Toluca have kind of been struggling the last 2 months.
I feel like Toluca fizzled out, and it's concerning me the way that they did so.
Yeah.
I don't think they can punch at the level they were at last year, and I think that level is needed to defeat this Tigres team, who, yes, end up tying Chivas. And I'm going to see that performance at the Akron as mainly them succumbing to an incredible atmosphere, an incredible, passionate Chivas team, and just that energy taking over. Yes, they're going to be away from home, so maybe Nemesio Des can light it up and play a role in really shaking up Tigres. But I think just the play on the field, from what I've seen from Tigres so far this year, I think it's slightly better. So I'm going to go Tigres as well. Toluca, though, golden opportunity to lift this trophy coming off of a really good run in Liga MX past year. This is a golden opportunity to lift some silverware.
The last time they won CONCACAF champions was back in 2003. It's been a while.
They need to get one.
Toluca. You look at Tigres, they've won all of their CONCACAF titles in the last 10 years. So it's 2 different guards, but a great opportunity, as you said, for Toluca to be back on top.
Folks, let us know down below, who do you have winning the Champions Cup, Europa League, Europa Conference League, all of these finals. Let us know down below. It's the time to decide the winners in this North American region, man. So big games awaiting us. Comment down below, like on your way out. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.